name's Shane Robbins. I'm the superintendent of the Kershaw County School District, and I'm going to provide you with our COVID-19 update and also provide you with a Supe chat as we get ready for spring break. So just a few things I wanted to cover with our community. Much of this information you've already seen in one shape or form that I've put out either through the website or through emails. So just a couple things I'll cover with you. On March 20th, the governor announced that all the schools in the state of South Carolina would remain closed through April 30th. At that time, teachers and staff still had limited access to our school buildings. We were still answering phones and trying to maintain operations the best we could, and we had enacted our e-learning initiatives. On March 23rd, we locked down our schools and only used front office staff to answer phones and administrators, really so that we could keep our buildings clean, cleaning surface areas, as we really tried to get a handle on the COVID-19 virus. We also continue to provide food service to our students in the district, following bus routes throughout the community. On April 1st, all state and federal assessments were eliminated for the spring of 2020, which we all know was a good thing. So we were excited about that. And the other thing the State Department did is they extended for 1 year the provisional educator license. So teachers with a provisional educator license had an extra year for them to renew that license. Now, the new addition to what we have going on right now is today is April 3rd. Technically, it would be our last day of school. And April 6th would start spring break. Beginning April 6th, we are going to completely lock all of our buildings. We're going to go through and we're going to thoroughly clean the buildings. As you all know, if you've been watching the news, the COVID-19 virus continues to expand in Kershaw County and across the country. And so we just think it's in the best interest of our community, of our employees, and our students to just keep those buildings locked down. Now, there are a couple of exceptions to that. The exceptions will be contractors that are coming in to do routine maintenance and repairs on those buildings. And then we do have certain locations where we are preparing meals for our children. And so those locations in the food service area will still be utilized. And we'll do a deep, thorough cleaning of those buildings at the end of each day. But in terms of staffing the front office, they will not be staffed. Our administrators will do just a periodic walkthrough of the building, but they will forward all their voicemails and they will be checking emails, and we'll try to stay in touch with you and communicate with you. What's that mean if your child has a broken device? Well, our ATEC campus, where we house our Educational Technology Services Department, they'll mobilize all to that one location, and we'll do all of our repair and fixes out at that location. The same hotline number applies, and they will take your calls, and we'll try to do that all from one site. We think it'll be more efficient, and it does allow us to lock our buildings down. A couple other things I want to share with you that we've been discussing at the state level. Again, they just at the federal government level passed the CARES Act. It's the Coronavirus Aid, Relief, and Economic Security Act. There is a pot of money coming to the state of South Carolina. $216 million is set aside for education. That money will be divided out amongst school districts based on Title I formulas. So what is it that Kershaw County is going to do with their portion of the money? You know, it's not as much money as what you think it would be when you hear that number. The one thing that we can't do is we can't supplant our budget with it, but we really have a pretty broad range of things that we can do. And at this point, it's really simple. We're going to focus on what I'm calling the 3 Ps. We're going to focus on people, we're going to focus on programs, and we're going to focus on professional development. We don't want to lose staff members if we see a reduction in revenue because of what's happening in our economy throughout the state and throughout the country. We want to continue to be able to provide professional development opportunities, and we also know if the federal funding starts to dry up, it could put a strain on some of the programs that we offer our children. So we're going to set that money aside so we don't see any reduction in any of those opportunities for our students. The other thing that I would share with you that's been consistently discussed at the state level, and the governor hasn't come out and made that statement yet, is I would say that we could really expect a lengthening of the school closure. and you'll hear me talk about some of this further on in this presentation. So, in your mind, kind of prepare for it. April 30th is the last day right now, but we fully anticipate, if the curve doesn't flatten with this virus and the number of cases continue to grow, which we fully expect it will, that they're going to increase the length of the time we're out of school. If you look at some of our neighboring states and across the country, that's already taken place. So in this slide deck and on our website, there are important links that you can go to get as much information as possible on the COVID-19 virus, how we're functioning as a school district, but more importantly, what's going on in the state of South Carolina and what's going on in the county of Kershaw. And so these are really good links for you if you want to find out relevant information to help you and keep you knowledgeable on what's taking place. So the next piece of this is really kind of focused at our high school seniors. Here it is, we're in the month of April. Our high school seniors would be on, kind of the downside of their senior year preparing for commencement. And so a lot of things have really had to change because of the environment we're in right now. So the first thing I wanted to share with the community, I spoke with our 3 high school principals, and they have created what's called a graduation drive-through event. All 3 high schools have set up dates and times in which parents and students can drive up and receive curbside service to pick up their diploma covers and their caps and gowns, and some students have ordered additional items from Jostens. You'll pull up to the curb, you'll pick it up, you won't get out of the car, and you'll drive on out. Again, that helps us keep that social distance that we're trying to maintain, but it also allows your students to pick up their senior items that they have ordered for graduation. And if you look on here, Camden High Schools is on April 13th from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Lugoff-Elgin High School is on April 14th from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. and North Central High School is also on April 13th from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. One disclaimer I wanted to share, the principals wanted me to remind people, is you have to have your bill paid in full in order to pick up your items. Next piece, and I've had some questions from the community about this, and that is prom. What are we going to do about prom? Well, at this point, all proms have been postponed, but I sat with the principals and we had a nice conversation. They've come up with 3 secondary dates in which, if things do improve in the next several weeks, that we could still have a prom before the end of the school year. And here you see them on the screen. Camden High School has set their prom date for May 23rd, Lugoff-Elgin High School for May 16th, and North Central High School for May 19th. So prom is still in the works. Again, these are tentative based on the way things work with the COVID-19 virus and if things start to improve in our communities. Now, graduation ceremonies. I didn't want to lean too far forward, but I felt it was important to try to give parents and relatives a chance to look at their calendars. But in a worst case scenario environment, if we were to have to cancel school for the remainder of the school year and it pushes us out past Memorial Day and past our graduation dates, what would a secondary date look like? And so just to be safe, we have set up secondary dates so that we could still have a graduation ceremony, a formal ceremony. And again, on your screen here, Camden High School's date would be January 27th. Again, that's a Saturday. Lugoff-Elgin High School would be on that same day, Saturday, January 27th. And this year, North Central High School's graduation ceremony is going to be on a Friday, and it would be on Friday, January 26th. So the times still to be determined. Again, those are only if and worst case scenario possibilities. We really hope that we don't have to go there, but we felt like it was important to give our community as much advance notice as possible. Now this next part, high school seniors. I've set and I wanted to say something specifically to our seniors, as we're kind of technically going on spring break today, but the senior high school year of high school has a variety of meaning for students. Some of you are sad that you're not spending the last months, and weeks and days with your classmates. Some of you are very disappointed that you're not getting to participate in your extracurricular activities. activities that you've spent a tremendous amount of time preparing for. Others are happy that you're not coming to school on a daily basis and you're able to complete your work at home. However this is affecting you, please understand this is affecting many of your parents, your grandparents, and your guardians as much, if not more. So you got to understand, for years, you've been preparing for the culminating experience of graduation. But during the same time, these individuals have watched you grow from dependent toddlers into young adults. So your graduation is sort of a commencement for them as well. And they're proud of you. They may not tell you, but they're proud of you. And they're missing out on the last months of your high school careers as well. And it's tough on them. So I want you to just keep that in mind. So I want to share this with you, class of 2020, as you head into your final high school spring break. One where the beaches are closed, restaurants are shut down, and life as we knew it is at a standstill. I just ask you one favor, and that is continue to be resilient and finish strong. This is not the best environment for many of you to learn, and we understand that. It can become easy not to do what needs to be done, but the finish line is so close, so complete the task at hand. You've got teachers, you've got coaches, you've got administrators that are all here to help you. And if you're struggling, reach out to them. They're here and they're willing to do whatever it takes to get you across that finish line. I want to share this with you. This is a unique and strange situation, but I think it has the potential to make your generation one of our greatest. And I just want you to think about that. So with that all being said, I just want to tell the rest of our community, we couldn't be doing what we're doing without your support. Today, we sent out 47,000 meals to our students for spring break. We've had transportation workers, IT people, food service workers, teachers, secretaries, administrators, you name it, people that have been trying in this unique environment to keep education operational in Kershaw County. And I think we're doing it as well, if not better than most in the state of South Carolina. And we appreciate all the support we're receiving. So follow the principles of social distancing, staying away from people if you don't feel well, covering your mouth when you cough, and really do your very best to help us flatten the curve so we can get back to life as normal. Thank you for watching.